Hello, hello. It's Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts. Welcome to my channel. I am starting my timer. I don't know what we're doing. I'm going to clear my throat. Maybe get a drink of water. Ah, that's better. Yep. Okay. I have cleaned my desk. Well, I didn't clean this. That's going to be next, but that's going to take me some scrubbing. Still have my tape on here for measuring my chains for journal jewelry. I thought maybe today we would make another belly band, only my hair's falling out. Only we'll make a vertical one. Is that vertical? Yeah, because we don't look out at the vertical. We look out at the horizon. So we're going to make a vertical belly band today. And we want it to have a pocket in it. But how do we want that pocket to be? How? Oh, how? I must ask. How now, brown cow? I think maybe... Oh gosh, that's so pretty. I would like to use that side, but I'm still using up my paper from this batch paper that I only had a few pieces to. So we have an 8.5 by 11 piece of coffee dyed or tea dyed paper, and it smells delicious. This is from Emily at, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, it just totally flew out of my head. Anyway, it's from Emily. And I'm a little confused because I don't know where all my stuff is. Okay, so we want our belly band to be probably not as wide as a 3-inch one would be. Whew, too big, wouldn't it? Maybe 2.5 inches? 2.5 would be right about there. Okay. So 2, that's 4, 2.5 would be 5. I'm going to cut it at 5. Oops. Let's hope that works. Okay. Now, we want it to be 8.5 inches tall. My light's probably really weird in here because I have my curtain open today. There's the tallness. Ooh, I just got an idea. We're going to use this side. We are. Okay, so we're going to fold this over. Oh, it won't work. That would be too slim. We're going to use this one. And we're going to cut it off at 8.5 inches tall. Right there. Oh dear. Where'd he go? I think that's it right there. I better double check it. Need to get the lead out there so it's showing a little better. Okay. And if we use this diagonal cut side, we will fold this over just like we did yesterday. So we have this extra little piece. What is it? About 1/4 of an inch. And we give it a good crease, and then we fold this one over this. And once again, now if I put this on the outside here on this one and flip it over, and the belly band is on the right side of the page, it's going to get caught up on that little piece there, whatever you slide into it. So this is going to have to be a left hand side one, because of I want to put this on the outside to keep as much space in here as possible. Now I could glue it on the inside, but then things kind of get caught up there as well. So I'm going to put it on the outside. And I want to ink these sides because I want to know exactly where I'm at when I open this back up. Because I'm going to do something there that is a little bit different. What the heck, we might as well do the end too, and the top. Okay, now if we want something to peek out the top, this is where we make our cut here for that, or we make a thumb notch in it. Now where is my envelope cutter? Do you know where it is? Here, guard my ink. Don't let the cat get it. Oh, piece of cardboard. Yum. We love our cardboard, don't we? Okay. So here I am. I'm back. Did you miss me? I knew you did. Okay, to do that angle cut, I use my envelope cutter. I line my line here, my fold, with the wand, or you can actually take it over further if you want. But I'm going to just go to the one, make my cut. I'm going to flip this over and darken that in so I know where it's at. I'm going to line it up with the one. There we go. And I've done this many times on camera. Put the ink over that way. And we just line this up in here. And what we're lining up is, I'm going to have to flip it over this way because that's getting in the way. We're lining this wire up on the base of the pocket, right at the furthest, the deepest point of that little notch. And then we're going to put that in there and go just a little ways. And now we have a notch. A nice big welcoming notch. Let's ink that in. So why would she make this cut? Well, it's not the cut we're talking about that way. It's the next one that we're going to do. I do want to put a bottom piece on this. So this one I'm going to cut right between here and here. Going to fold that over. This is just to give the base a nice opening. So we have to remember to put that on. Okay, so here we go. Now, what I want to do is find my blade knife and my ruler, but it's not going to do any ruling. And I'm going to cut it. Do we want every pink? No. Let's go green. So the first thing you probably want to do here is figure out how wide you want your pocket to be all the way down. So let's give that a little measure. And we'll go in, how far does that go in? That goes in 3/4 of an inch, or at the very curve, 7/8 of an inch, it looks like. So let's go in 3/4 and 3/4 from this side. Measure down here 3/4, and over here 3/4. Okay, now I'm just going to draw a line between here and there so that I will have it. Okay. And 3/4 here. Okay. Now we are going to do every, I think we'll go pink. Go every pink line. We want to do top or bottom. Probably the bottom. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do the bottom of every pink line. I don't know if this will work. It's just me playing. Time to play. Clean my desk. Now let's mess it up. Okay, so between our pencil lines, have to be careful because there's other lines on this paper going up and down, as well as diagonal. Okay, pink. Pink. Ooh, I'm off on that one a little bit. That's okay. We can manage that. And gotta go to that line. I think I got the wrong line on the other ones. Yep, that's the right one on every one. Okay, so now let's go back and up on the pink part with your ruler on the pink part. You're going to go up, just a scant, and cut right above the first cut line. And the reason we went above is so we could see where to cut our line at. And let's do that again on the next one. You still with me? Oh, still with me? Hope I wasn't cutting off the camera there. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Yep, that's a little fat one there. Didn't need to be that fat. They're supposed to be skinny cuts. Okay, let's try that. It's hard to tell when you have lines that are going diagonal and this way and that way. It's always hard to tell. Okay, we're going to give that one a little cut. And this one a little cut. And this one a little cut. And come over here and we're going to cut that one. And this one. And this one. Pull those out. Now, if you want these to not tear, a couple of things. You can put eyelets on each one. You could put brads on each one, or you know, you can make an extra piece to go over or under with that same cut line on it. Maybe we do like it better that way, don't we? Woohoo, that's pretty that way. I like it. I do. Let's see if I like it better than that way. Oh, I do. Okay, we're flipping it over, guys. So, what should we do? Do you suppose we should do something there? I have some eyelets. Let me see. See if I have some little ones. Oh, those are hearts. I don't want hearts. I need some new eyelets. Oh, I have some teeny tiny ones. I don't even know what goes with those, to be honest with you. I don't think that I don't think this fits those. Do they? I don't know. But these are perfect size. Let me look here. See if that goes over that. Oh my goodness, it does. Okay, let's try it. So this is C. I'm going to try the C one. So you just roll it over, push it down into place, and then we probably need, I wonder, I really don't know which one. Let's look at number 3. That would work. Or this one, let's see. That would also work. I'm going to try 4 because I don't know. This is the first time I've changed it. And we're going to practice on a piece of paper. Going to flip it over to the small hole. And we'll put one there and one. Let's see. one there, and one there, just for fun. Let's use a gold one so you can see it a little better. Okay. No, that's not it. That's the one I normally use. I'm going to try this one. Okay, just using the silver one this time. Take that one out because that didn't work. And we're going to flip it this way. Oh yeah, that works. Now the problem with that is that things will get caught on it. So that is a problem, unless you're going to put a back on this. Now if you put something along the edge. But then the problem is things get caught up when they go in. So I think for today, well, probably what I should have done was doubled these and slice them. But then things get caught up there too. We're going to leave them just as nice diagonal cuts. How's that sound? Now I'm going to have to get out my doodad and see how these really go. It's going to be the ones I use all the time. There we go. I think that's it. Okay. So we're just going to leave them without, I'm not going to worry about that today. Not today, maybe tomorrow. Ow, I beat my fingers up with those beads. Okay. That glue needs help. This is going to be a shorty tag right here. Be like a piece of ephemera, won't it? Oh, let's give these an angle cut. Now, we could put that on the inside. I think we could. I think enough space is in there that we won't have to worry about it. Things getting caught up on it. Okay, so this goes on the bottom. Right there. So we'll put it on the inside, then it can be a right or a left belly band. Angela, she's always changing her mind. It's always changing my mind. It's the way it goes. So pretty. Okay, so here we go. We have a really cool looking belly band with the pocket and some really cute angle cut pockets. Now, let's see if we can get some pieces here that will fit in there. Put that up. Okay, let's start with this little girl down here. I'm going to get the big scissors. be our first one because I think she'll fit on that bottom pocket. Yeah, and we might even be able to get one right there. We'll see. Just have to remember your tags are going to have to be the length because it's a full pocket in there. So each tag is going to get taller on the way up. Oh, I cut that red. Oh well. Not worried about it today. It's the week of the belly bands. Need a hole there. Going to go to the large hole. This hole, this white part is much larger than than the hole it's going to put in there. So we are going to put in, well, nothing right this second. We're going to put her right there. And then we need the next tag. There. Let me see if this will fit. Not really. Okay, I should have done these opposite. Ooh, we gotta try that too. Okay. Here we go. Let's use this one. And we need this. And we'll need, I don't know, is that about a 2-inch pocket? 3-inch, really. I'm going to go 2.5. Going to see if it'll fit in there. No, 2.5 is too wide. I'll take it down to 2. Okay. So they're going to be at an angle. That's okay. This one goes over this line just a little bit. So let's take this one. And we'll cut it off right about here. And we'll put the shape of a tag in it. And probably round the bottom, 1/4 inch. And normally I would back this with something, but it's so nice and clear. I mean, you could write on that, so, or that could be the front too. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Okay, fine. So right about there, we have another one. Now, if you want them to go straight, you're going to have to cut them a lot thinner. Otherwise, they're all going to go at an angle. So, I want this one. Kind of like her. But look, we have a beehive here. I like that. I don't want to cut her in half. So I'm going to go right there. And then cut it right here. I'm going to bring this over. There we go. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Had to make sure it's going the right direction. Terrible when you go the wrong direction. There we go. Now we'll see if I have to cut this down a little bit. Oh my. What the heck happened? Oh, it's more like it should be here, but that would be wrong. I think it's because it only has so far that it can go, so I'm going to cut it off right down below the beehive. It behooved me to beehive it. Makes a shorter tag, but I think it's because it's running... Oh, it's because it's wider. That's what the problem is. Okay, so we figured that out. So it'll still fit, but if you drop it all the way in, boy, there it goes. So there we go. Okay. So let me get my eyelets again, and let's put some eyelets in so we can see that a little bit better. And lately I've been kind of trying to use up these, and it sure doesn't hurt to keep doing that. We'll see if we got it on the right setting. Oh yeah, yep. So there's one. Oh, that one is off center. Oh. There's two. And one a different color. There we go. Now, let's make that look a little bit better. Pull those out. Find our ink. And our dauber. I need to check my daubers and not my daubers, my what am I trying to say? Oh, my ink pads. I need to really do some babysitting with them and you know, figure out what works and what doesn't. Just darkening up the base so it's a telltale sign that something's happening there. There we go. Got my new daubers in. I haven't opened them yet. I will be doing those, opening those on video. Okay, so there we go. We have a belly band here. I mean, we need to round those. Maybe that's why it didn't feel good when it went in there. Now normally we would ink these guys up too, wouldn't we? Just so that that defines them a little bit better. That one is very off center. Do you think I should cut a new one? What's back here? It's upside down. Well, I don't like it. I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm sorry, but we gotta fix it. Okay. Here we go. Let's come over here. Let's use this butterfly right over here. So we will... I know, I'm going to weirdly cut it. We're going to cut it here and here. This is our bottom, and our top is actually going to be right there. I know, she's going to weirdly cut it. Oh no. Hey, our paper's for us to use, isn't it? I gotta get that thing off the bottom. It kind of is getting in the way. And we're going to cut this one right about here. To there. Go. Find my center point on it this time. To do that, I just divide it between the 3 lines. And I say it's going to be right in there. Oh, I didn't cut it off far enough. Look at that. Must do that. I've got it too tall for that pocket. There we go. Now let's do that. Divide it between the 3 lines. Your middle line's going to be your place. Oh, that's better. Much better. There we go. I like that better. Yes, I do. I won't keep staring at it thinking, oh no, it's horrible. Doesn't hurt to have things the way we like them. There we go. Ink over there. Extra paper. There we go. Get rid of all this extra crumb bums from my ink dauber. And we'll grab a new one of these. What colors did I use on the other ones? A bright pink. Okay, put that one back. And kind of a light pink. So let's go with this other pink. pink it is. Here we go. Look at that. Sweet. And then there's that one. Now, each one needs a little bit of character. Let's get in the character jar. There is some velvet trim. Here's a nice fat piece of this that I was going to use for something else and it didn't work apparently. I don't want to put the velvet on there, but I do like these. And I think they would look cool because they'll be bigger than the rest of the stuff. Of course, normally I would back these and make them stiffer and good writing spots, but we're just doing this for show and tell today. Now, you can do them like this so that they're at an angle, or you can put that little piece through there. Oh, it's always so hard. We can slide those through like this. And I don't care if it frays, I kind of like it fraying. There we go. Yeah, very cool. I like the frays sticking up there. Can you see that? It's just gonna... It'll get in the way though, won't it? We'll go with the fray just like that. And I have this one. There we go. Oh, that's a weird cut. Yeah, we need one more. I'll save that because, hey, that would be good on something. So into there it goes. And so we'll need this one. I need one more. Better save this for the long one. What do you think? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Which way they go, which one is where. We don't know who they are or where they went. We just know they got here and they're happy to help us become prize-winning ribbons. That's a pretty one. Very pretty. Okay. Now, we need a middle one. Now, what are we going to do with that middle one? Are we going to put a booklet in there? Or what? do have this. We could just put a nice big long tag in there. Or we could turn it into a little book with a little place to write. And I think that's what we'll do. So this time I will let's see. No, let's not do that one. That'll be interesting. Let's do this one. She's gonna cut it, you guys. Oh no. I think this one, see, it just gets too thin. We need it to be just a little bit bigger. So we have our choice of this one or this one. Or we could go this one and cover that part. Then it would work. We would have to put a little tab up here. Because see, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get it out, I don't think. Maybe we put that on the outside. Oh yeah. That's getting caught up on the bottom piece. Or I glued it shut. There it is. There we go. A secret writing spot. Again. It's another secret. She's keeping a secret. Let's just glue this on here. And then we'll have to cover that little piece with something because that looks weird being like that. I think I will do this. Hope you're working. Should, you're a fairly new glue stick. $48. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I figured it was going to take a half an hour, but I was wrong. I'm taking up your time. Thank you for spending it with me. If you made it this far, I hope you did. Because if you make it this far, then YouTube likes me better. Then maybe it just happens that sometimes the videos go right to play. So I'm going to put that on here like that. Oh, my foot itches. Oh no. Why is it doing that? Okay. I'll just cut this down a little bit. Whoa! here. Okay, so there is that. And then, if you wanted to put a booklet inside, you of course would cut all your papers that you want to put in the book and make a little signature and then tie it on. Now I bent this too soon, and that's why we have this beautiful wrinkle. Ooh, and then I tore it. Well, that was smart, wasn't it? And we have a little bit of stuff showing there. But we also have, that. That's bugging me. And we got to fix that bottom. Now, does this become a tall tag or just a journal spot? I think we'll round it with the 1/2 inch this time. It's not going to like it because there's glue. And my thing is full. It doesn't like to be full so much. Well, our dog has sure become attached and everything. I mean, it's always been attached. In fact, she just had her 7th birthday. She really likes to hang out with us all the time, and she wants us both to be in about the same proximity. So she lays midway between wherever we are. So right now she's probably laying at the front door. So I would need to cover this part because, well, who wants made in China on their, you know, wrinkly journal spot? Nobody. So let's see. We would cover that with something. I'm not going to right now because we are running out of time. But this little journal card would go inside of there. And I just cut up my 8.5 by 11 that I was showing you on. So let me grab another one. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Look at that color. Ooh, yum. Vintage Polka Dot Shop. Emily from Vintage Polka Dot Shop. Oh my goodness. Took me a little bit there, didn't it? Okay, since we put the fold over on the inside, this can be a right or a left tuck. And it's a little tall, so I would have to trim down the top. Can't trim down the bottom because we have it anchored. But we would have to come up here and trim down the top slightly. So then we would have a beautiful little belly band there. And I don't know, we need something to put in the beauty. Something to go with. So we're going to say the Paris Theater should be there. Right about there. And that's too big. So we need to cut it down a little bit. Right there. Maybe. Still might be too big. Whoops. Cut that one totally wrong. And so we would have our belly band right here, like that. And I'm going to glue it down though. I'm going to take a little extra time here and then we'll glue it down. Okay. So, where is it? Right here. It's not much, but it's just enough. And it's okay if we have to trim it down because we did this other type of pocket. And so we still have the top of our pocket quite nicely too, I must say. We'll put that back in there. We will cut a little bit off this bottom because we can. Now that we cut a little off the top, recut those. Oh yeah. And now it says I don't want to go in there. Okay. So if this was our page and we glued that down, a little across the top. I always do these a little wide with the glue. And the reason is because they're a heavier item on your journal. Oops. Look at that, I glued it. Don't want to glue your ribbons. No ribbon glue. My daughter is gone on a conference thing this week. One of my daughters. The other one's at work, I think. Now it's too short. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Angie. I was so careful too. Just chop, chop, chop. Okay. So we have 3 tags and a beautiful journal card. And there we go. Oh, wait. She forgot this. Oh, see, it gets a little tight going in there. And there we go. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Yep. Worked out good. And then, of course, we have our little journal notebook. So there we go. Well, I sure appreciate you joining me today, and I hope that you found this interesting. I need to add some stuff to it, but hey, I'm getting this all ready to go. For what? I have no idea. Just got my pieces yesterday that we did, and my Wednesday, Thursday projects all mixed up, and yep, so here we are. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Unless this is Friday, then I'll see you. Well, I could see you tomorrow. I might do a quick video. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you the next time I see you on video. Bye!